because he's like, wait a second, 7 o'clock, that means we're gonna start at 7:10, right? No. We start on time here, we start on time. So the first person who actually ever really opened my eyes to Chumash study is sitting right over there. I still remember one of the first questions that he asked us, I think I even mentioned this on Shabbos, when he said, all right guys, find where Abraham was thrown into the fiery furnace in the Chumash. So being a smarty pants, I started opening up the Chumash, and I knew Abraham was introduced at the end of Parshas Noah. And can you imagine, all the way through high school, because I started yeshiva in Har Etzion, and I'm like, wait a second, it's not there. He's a tricky guy. Tricky guy. So he will continue to trick us all tonight, and hopefully we will learn wonderful things. Rabbi Leibtag is a person who does not need an introduction. His bio was on the flyer, which was shared with the shul. And I just want to also mention that tonight's program is being sponsored by Alan and Naomi Malakoff. We thank you very much. For those who can't get enough of tonight, Rabbi Leibtag is coming back for a Shabbos in April, so we'll look forward to that.
Ready for Passover. Okay. What's the title?
The title.
What's the title?
Stealing the blessings.
Yeah, the title is Stealing the Blessings. What was Yitzhak thinking? Why was Rivka intervening? And what is the Chumash teaching?
Okay. Rabbi Billet mentioned that I asked a question. Remember? I'll ask you a question. Who knows 3? 3 on me? The fathers, okay. One more question. Who knows 4? Okay. And the more here taking this. Okay. 4 of them have. Does that make sense? Who can tell me why that doesn't make sense? That there are 3 patriarchs and 4 matriarchs. Does it make sense? Who can explain why it doesn't make sense?
There's 2 other women who Yaakov had.
Oh, you're saying there should be 6 matriarchs. That's a good point. 4. What would make more sense?
No, 4 is Rachel and Leah.
I know who they are.
So why does it make sense?
Can anyone explain why it doesn't make sense? Yeah, Rabbi.
Because only one of them is only one of Yaakov's wives are buried in Menachem.
There's only room for one. Now, put it this way. You see why I answered that.
The Bill and Zilpa don't count.
Listen. I'm not asking. You read the Bible, okay? That's the problem. But pretend you did it, and you were reading. What would you expect if there's 3 patriarchs? Everyone agree? Logically, there should be a patriarch. There should be a matriarch for every patriarch, right? Yeah. Especially in a patriarchal society. Something like that. Did I make up the word? There's a word like that. No. Okay. So listen. Logic would dictate there should be a patriarch, a matriarch for every patriarch. Somehow, it wasn't Yaakov's idea, was it? No. Okay. No. There's something going. That's why. The title why 3? Oh no, that was it. One of the questions is why. Now, even better than that, why is there more than one patriarch? There's one God, one people, under one nation. One nation chosen by God, divisible, with machoket, all generations. You'll see why I said that. Now, tell me why what's the logic in one patriarch? Oh, put it this way, if you've been reading this the last couple of weeks. When Avram was first chosen, what did God tell him? You're chosen, begin a journey. What's my goal? I want you to become a nation, remember? And the nation, that's not reward for obedience, that's the purpose of the journey. That should be clear. When God tells Avram Avinu, I'm going to make you a nation, that's not, if you obedient and you follow my thing, your reward for obedience is you get to be a nation. No, God wants a nation to serve him forever. In case you read Chumash, right? That's the thing, that's the biggest thing. And Avram, his goal, or his destiny, is to start that nation. And he wrote, remember, and I'm going to make your name great so you can make my name great. God's not promising reward, he's explaining the purpose of why he's chosen. Where should he go to? He goes to where God chose him. He arrives in Israel, remember? And what did God say? This is the land, you have arrived, okay? And what's he tell him? L'zaracha et et haaretz hazot. Your children are going to get this land. Now, What should Avram expect to happen now that he arrives in the land? Pretend Avram didn't read Chumash. He should have children. And what else should he do? Take over the land. And how do you take over land? You have to conquer it, right? So that's what should happen. Does it happen?
No.
I mean, it takes a long time. Because he doesn't have children for a long time. And does he ever conquer the land? Actually, if you read, he does conquer the land, doesn't he? Remember the War of the Four Kings and Five Kings? There's a reason why that story is there. Remember the stories of our forefathers foreshadow Jewish history? What's that called? This is half a joke and half serious. Avram conquers the land, and what does he do after conquering the land? He gives it away. He gives it away. But how come he gives it away? Not because he's a leftist.
Today, that's what he does.
Yeah. Why does he give it away? He says why he gives it away. He has no one to give it to. He has no one to give it to. Can he give it to Eliezer? What good is that? No, if he had a kid, something else. What did we just explain? The opening line of God's first conversation with Abraham in Brit Ben Abtarim. First, remember, we conquered the land. After that, God said, Abraham, remember God told Abraham, don't worry, I have a gun. He said, don't worry, I'll protect you. Now, Abraham thinks, wait, don't worry, I got no one to give. So he said, don't worry, you have lots of kids, just wait 20 years. And then, how about getting to land? How long is that going to take? 400 years. And it's going to be difficult and long, and you have what to worry about. But don't worry, I'll protect you. Okay, that's Brit Ben Abtarim. Now, but in theory, Avram's children should be chosen, God said. So he doesn't have children from Sarah. So what Sarah decide to do? We'll try Hagar. And sure enough, they have a child. And what's the expectation? Yishmael will be chosen. But guess what? He's not chosen. Who decided that? That was God, not Sarah. God decided that. Didn't God decide that? He says, no, you have a child from Sarah. Now, he's not a bad, he's not unchosen because he's bad. He's not chosen. If you're not chosen, that doesn't mean you're bad. Got it? It just means you're not chosen. No. But it seems like God wants the chosen child to be from Sarah. Now, what would have happened had Sarah had more than one child? Then they'd have to decide again, right? Or share, okay? Okay, but how come we don't know the answer to that question? We only have one. Okay. Yitzchak is chosen, okay? No. Did God ever, and how come Yishmael was unchosen? Who decided that? Yeah, God said. Avram didn't like that idea. He says, I'm happy with Yishmael. God says, no, he'll be great, but the chosen one, Briti Akim et Yitzchak. The covenant to be God's people, that'll come through Yitzchak. Probably why? We need the pedigree, I guess, of Sarah, right? No. Yitzchak is chosen now. Did God ever talk to Yitzchak? We're going to read about it. We read about it this morning. Monday? Today, Monday. Yeah, last day. Today's Monday, yeah? Okay, yeah. What did we read this morning? There was a famine in the land, and God said, don't go down to Egypt, stay in the land. Why? You and your kids get the land. What should Yitzchak think? Let's say Yitzchak, how many wives does he have? One, okay. Right. And how many kids does he have? Two. Who should be chosen?
The eldest.
Why? Why can't they both be chosen? Now, again, what's your problem? You read Chumash. You saw the movie. Understand? But logically, why is Yitzchak only picking one kid? What should he do? Why can't they both be chosen? No, they can't go on forever, agree? Because if every generation only one child is chosen, why can't we pick every generation one child?
Zero population growth.
And therefore, why was Avram chosen? To begin a nation. And you can't have a nation if only one kid is chosen. Sooner or later, we have to stop choosing. Agreed? And logically, it should be sooner than later. Especially because God told Yitzchak, your children are chosen. No. So why is Yitzchak picking one of them? You said, where's he coming from? Why are they deciding only one's chosen? Who told them that? You understand the question? What I want to suggest Yitzchak isn't choosing one child to be the only one. Right? What's Yitzchak assuming? They're both chosen. And there's 2 tribes. I have 2 children, and he's getting old. Remember, he says he's getting old. The Torah says he's getting old. And what do parents do? And with the children growing up and they're getting old, they want to make sure the children take over their legacy. And therefore, they give over what they have to their children. They're starting this franchise, or this company, whatever, this nation. If I have more than one child who are going to continue, what do I have to decide? Not who's the only one, but rather, who's the chairman of the board? No, who's the family leader? Who are we going to blame for what goes wrong? Who's going to take leadership? Now, if you were Yitzchak, right, and if you're a father who can't see anything wrong with your children, I'm sure that's never happened before. And you have one kid who's a macher. You know what that means? Macher. A macher. He's industrious. He's a hunter. He's a doer, right? And another yeshiva bacher, right? Sitting and learning all day long. And they're both chosen. What job should Esav have? Let him run the country, let him be prime minister, let him be in the army. And what will Yaakov do? Sit and learn. Did anyone ever try and raise money with that idea? There's those who learn, and isn't that the Jewish people? Let those who like making money, let them make money. Right? And let those who like learning, let them learn. And let those who make money support those who want to learn. Right? That's Jewish history, isn't it? I mean, that's fundraising for sure. And it makes sense, doesn't it? Now, is that what God wanted? That's who's raising money. Let's say you're raising money for a Hesder Yeshiva. You know what a Hesder Yeshiva is? What would they say? No. The people learning, right? Each person should be Yaakov and Esav, correct? Now, but for some reason, so why is only one chosen? But who intervenes in that story? What does Yitzchak want to tell? What does Yitzchak want to tell? What does Yitzchak want to give Esav? Leadership of the family. We'll read it soon. He's not saying you're the only one. You're the leader. It makes a lot of sense. Because someone's got to be the leader. Yaakov, he'll be in charge. He can be a teacher. He can be a rabbi, shul rabbi. Yeah. But he can't be but it doesn't make sense. Now, who intervenes? What does she know? She knows something that her husband doesn't know. Can you believe such a thing? And who told her? Yeah. And God told her, with the exception of him, right? Now, there's a beautiful Ramban. Remember, we read this morning, Vayom Hashem La. Remember? And what did God tell her? That's not 2 brothers fighting. That's easy, right? It's 2 nations. Because God wants one nation, right? Under God, indivisible. God wants one nation. And God's telling her, the reason they're fighting, that's 2 nations. There's something symbolic going on there. And only one's chosen, it's the younger one. But only you need to know that. Now, Ramban says, how come she didn't tell Yitzchak? You have to read it from the Ramban's beautiful. He says, it's so true to life, whether it's true to the story, but it's so true to life. She said, Rivka was a Beis Yaakov girl. You know what that is? Got married young, and she was sure her husband knows everything, right? And if she knows something, he must know everything. He's been sitting and learning for how many years he learned in yeshiva? Yitzchak. So when she was young, she thought she knew everything. So why tell him? Of course he knows that. As she got older, what did she realize? He doesn't know so much. But can she tell him? No. What's she afraid of? Or it could be that maybe there's a reason why God told her and not him. Or it could be, what Ramban says, is that she was afraid tell me if this makes sense. Not that it's true, but it's true that she would be afraid that if she told him, he wouldn't believe her. Says, you're so emotional, all that female stuff, and you imagine, you love that son so much, you imagine that God talked to you, but Yitzchak wouldn't believe it, because God told me, your children are chosen. You understand? And therefore she's afraid to tell him, because then it'll ruin the whole thing. Whatever it is, it's beautiful Ramban. Now, what I'm getting at is, so Rivka knows something Yitzchak doesn't know. What she know? That only one's chosen. Which means this process of being chosen is going to be another generation. Got it? It'll take at least one more generation. Got that? And then finally, so who is chosen? Yaakov is chosen, and Esav is unchosen. Got it? Okay. I'm sorry, Yaakov is chosen. Yaakov is chosen, right? And Esav is out. Okay. Right. And then Yaakov now has got to go, but Esav wants to kill him, right? So Rivka tells him, run away, go get a life. And then Yitzchak tells him, go get a wife. Remember the story? Yeah, I'm not making it up. Read the end of the parsha. Okay, no, at the end, Rivka tells him, go get a life. Why? Because you're in danger. And once again, Yitzchak tells him, no, I'm going to give you a bet, go get a wife. And he does get a wife, right?
So what's the whole point of Esau selling his birthright? Why are we told that?
Oh, is it a commodity? Can you sell your birthright?
No.
Can you?
Well, what's the whole point of that story?
What does birthright mean?
If God already decided and told...
So listen, at what point when do I need to choose a Bechor? Listen, the rest of the share is brought to you by the letter B. You know that? Okay? There's three buzzwords we're going to use. Okay? There's Bechira, which means being chosen. Okay? There's Bechorah, which means firstborn, birthright. And there's Bracha, right? Which is blessing. Now, usually, when do we find blessing? A father, towards the end of his life, gathers his children and gives out blessings based on their character. Like your guidance counselor in high school, you should go to this college, you should take this profession, you follow? Based on what? I know the child, I know the market, you follow? And therefore, a blessing, a real Rebbe, not a charlatan, but a real Hasidic Rebbe, knows his Hasid, right? Knows God, understands life, and a blessing is basically direction, right, to make your life meaningful. Because a blessing is fulfilling your potential. Remember the one Rabbi, how do you bless a tree? You should learn all day? No, you bless a tree, you should get fruit. Understand? So you bless someone that they should fulfill whatever potential they have. Recognizing your potential is a blessing. Now, so Rivka, I'm sorry, how do we go? Oh, so those three words. What I want to say is Bechira, Bracha is given by the father to his children, but that's only after the process of being chosen is over. And what do we know? The process of being chosen takes 3 generations. Got it? It's Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, our patriarchs. But our patriarchs didn't know that. They all thought, Abraham thought, it's an event, not a process. It turns out Yitzchak, another generation. And what do we find out now? It's going to take 3 generations until it's over. In other words, there's a filtering process. Only one child until we get to Yaakov. And then we reach a critical point, and then what happens? Then they're all chosen. Then they're all children, no matter how bad you are. And in the filtering process, one's chosen no matter how good the other guys are. Once I'm chosen, once we reach that critical point of Yaakov, right, then everyone's chosen no matter how bad they are. Correct? Now, that's where we find the name change. Got it? The name change is exactly that point. Okay? And then there's 12. Okay? In fact, when the process begins, we have a name change from Avram to Avraham. That's right before Brit Milah, right? Right before the birth of Yitzchak. Correct? The conception of Yitzchak. And it ends, exactly, and what's the buzzword? God has a special name for that process. His name is El Shaddai. You didn't pay attention, did you? El Shaddai talks twice in Chumash to Avram Avinu when he changed his name to Avram to Avraham and commands him about Brit Milah, about circumcision covenant. And then when Yaakov comes back from Lavan, and after finding the Malach and everything, El Shaddai comes, it appears one last time, right? And changes Yaakov's name to Yisrael. He says, my name is El Shaddai. Now, that's the only time God talks in the name of El Shaddai. Yaakov refers to God in El Shaddai. But God, El Shaddai doesn't talk, he talks twice. Got that? It's the beginning of the process and the end. Make sense now? So there's 3 levels. Now, yeah, question?
The very first pasuk in the Sefer is Eila Toldos Yitzchak. So it's not a question of the story of Yitzchak. It's the Toldos of Yitzchak. which is Yaakov and
Esav,
Esau.
yeah, it's a story. Toldo means the story of the children, but it's the story of who's chosen and who's not chosen. When it's over, we get the Toldos of Esav, right? Even though he's not chosen. Toldot form the skeleton or the framework of the book. From Toldot Shemai V'Aretz. Shemai V'Aretz have a child, it's called man. And then man has children. Till we get to Noah. Noah's got 3 kids. Got it? Then we get to Then Shem has kids, remember? And we get Terach. Then Terach's got 3 kids. You follow? And we end up with 70 people going down to Egypt. But Toldot form the structure of the book. Now let's get back to our topic. Now, this process, got it? Of filtering down is called Bechira. Got it? We're going to call it Bechira. Who's in charge of Bechira? Yeah, why is God in charge of making that decision? It's his team. It's his franchise. You follow? He wants a nation. He decides who's, he picked Avram Avinu. God decided Ki Yitzchak Yikarei Lechazara. God decided only Yitzchak. And God decided Yaakov and Esau. And he told Rivka. Got it? God decides that. Who decides bracha? The father. But we only talk about that when, once Bechira has to be over before I can talk about bracha. Once I'm giving out brachot to my many children, then what's the first bracha? What's the first thing the father has to decide? Who's the leader? Or who gets bechorah? Who decides bechorah? Who decides the birthright? Who should it be?
Nature.
Who should be the firstborn?
Nature.
Who's ever born first? Right? Shouldn't the child born first be the firstborn? It should be, by definition, but it never happens. Because it should be, but he might lose it. Now, is there a story why Reuven loses the birthright?
Yeah.
It's in Chumash, right? It's a little X-rated, but it's in Chumash. Is there a story by Shimon and Levi? Don't get it?
Yeah.
Is there a story about Yehuda gains it?
Yeah.
Or does Yosef get it? Who becomes the Bechor, Yehuda or Yosef?
Joseph got
Oh, he got a double portion. Now, when did Yaakov give the double portion to Yosef? Before he blessed the rest of the kids? Before he blesses everybody, he takes Yosef aside. You get a double portion. You're like Reuven and Shimon. Got it? After he decides who's the Bechor, then what's he do? Then he blesses all the kids. What was Yitzhak planning on doing the generation before? The same thing. First he'll pick the firstborn, Esau, and then he'll give out. Now, because assuming that both Yaakov and Esau are chosen, then who's going to lead the family? Right? The Shlam, what do you call it? I've got a name for Esau. Who should run the country? Yeshiva Bacher? Or a sly politician? You follow? Who do you want running your country? No, neither. But there got to be somebody. It's election day tomorrow. I promise nothing political. Because no matter what I say, I'll get in trouble. No. We're good? You follow what's happening? But that's what is it. Now, there's a problem because actually, who does get the blessing? What's really neat, who gets the blessing? Yaakov doesn't get it. Esau doesn't get it. Yaakov doesn't get it as Yaakov. Yaakov gets it. Yaakov has to dress up like Esau to get the blessing. And to get it official, what's he have to do? He's got to earn it. He's got to become it. He's got to learn how to fight, doesn't he? He's got to learn, but he's got to become a man. Remember? And God has to send him to Lubbock University. Right? And you got to learn leadership. You can't sit and learn all day and think you can run a country.
He came back.
Yeah, okay. In fact, later on, who's going to be like the ideal leader of the Jewish people? You know, who becomes like the Mashiach? Who's like the first? David, yeah. Isn't David, Yaakov, and Esau together? He looks like Esau, acts like, remember, he's an Istadeh. He's ready, he's reddish, right? But he has the voice of Yaakov, writes Tehillim. You understand how, to become, yeah. That's right. Akol ko Yaakov, that's the most beautiful pasuk. Akol ko Yaakov Yedam Esav, that's rule. Okay. Now I can raise money for a history yeshiva. I don't raise money, don't worry. I waste it. No, you understand what I mean? It could be. Now, if you like that idea that you should be learning Torah and also be involved. I need both characters in the same person. Because that's how you become a model nation. It could be. Again, I'm not saying for sure that's the interpretation, but it's definitely, I think it makes sense. Because I'm biased, because that's Yeshiva Min, yeah.
it's true that Yosef got a double portion
Yeah.
for his two sons, but didn't the Malchus come from Yehuda?
Yeah. I mean, weren't we fighting about it for about 400 years? Remember the 10 tribes in Yehuda? Is Ephraim the leadership? Yeshua comes from Ephraim, right? Yeroboam thought Ephraim, of course Ephraim should be the leader. It's got to be. And Beit Dan was the capital. Of course it is, you follow? That's what the 10 tribes think. And Yehuda thinks differently. Now, how are we going to make that decision? Where should the temple be? In Ephraim or in Yehuda? It's not solved to the end of the first temple period. And in fact, remember Ushpizin? What did we decide in Ushpizin? Is it Yosef? Is it Yosef? That's why Yosef is at the end. Because Yosef isn't there as one of the three patriarchs, right? Yosef is there as a Mashiach. Remember, that's why he's at the end. Remember? Avram, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Moshe, Aaron, Yosef, and David. Because there's a leader who leads us in our relationship. Yes, Yosef is leadership that enables us to have good relationships with other nations. He does that. And Yehuda is the leadership within the people. Oh, yeah.
You're going to come back, I hope, to the issue of why they form matriarchs.
Of course, we're getting there. Yeah. Okay, we're getting there. In fact, that's a perfect question right now before I get off track. Okay? Yaakov should have how many wives? How many wives does Yaakov have? If you would ask Yaakov, if you would ask Yaakov, I'll tell you, I'll quote him, okay? Aten yidatem, finish for me. Aten, in Yehuda's speech, but he tells what? Aten yidatem, kishnayim yalda li ishti. In Yaakov's eyes, he has one wife. There's one matriarch. Because you told me that in the beginning. It's only logical, one patriarch, one matriarch. If it was up to Yaakov, he has one wife. Now, Barucha, right? For sure. And how many tribes are there? Two. Yosef and Binyamin. Let's say Chas v'Sholem something should happen to Yosef. How would Yaakov feel? Oh my, that's terrible, right? Couldn't get over it. Okay, but what's his last ray of hope? And if they take Binyamin? Well, there's a book about that, isn't there? He has lots of other children, right? But they're like Keturah. Like he had children from Hagar and from Keturah. But he'll bless them and help them, but they're not the chosen ones. You follow? In Yaakov's eyes, he has he has lots of children, but there's one matriarch, remember? And there's two tribes. Just like Yitzhak, he's just a generation after Yitzhak. It's not Yaakov and Esav, it's Yosef and Binyamin. Got it? That's what he's true. Now, Leah's kids think differently. Why? Because God's up to something, isn't he? Just read the newspaper, right? How did God allow Lavan to pull that trick off? That's not Lavan. Who is that? That's God. Pulling off a trick like that? And isn't Leah blessed with children right away? And she has 6 children? And Rachel, she steals things, doesn't she? And she died, right? And isn't it so clear? It's so clear to Leah's kids that God wants them. They're the chosen nation. You follow? They told their father, "What do you want?" He said, "Oh, yeah, he was in love with Rachel." But who does God want? God wants Leah, and therefore, who are the chosen? How many tribes are there?
6.
There's 6 tribes. You understand? So it's now. In fact, who's Yosef hanging out with? With the rejects, isn't he? Now, no one ever dreamt that Bilhah and Shifra's kids are going to be chosen. They're half-bloods, aren't they? They don't have the pedigree. Bilhah and Zilpah, who could even think of such a thing? No one ever dreamed of such a thing. You never thought of it that way because you read Chumash. You saw the movie, you follow? Because you know there's 12 tribes. Remember who knows 12? There's 12 tribes. But from the viewpoint of the children, no one ever dreamt it to be more than one matriarch. You understand my title? What I'm getting at?
Yes.
They're sure, and that explains the tension in the book. And therefore, when this little kid, right, who God doesn't want, and his father, here goes the father making a mistake again. Yitzhak picked the wrong kid. Yaakov's picking the wrong kid. Look at the way he's acting. He's a show-off. He's got special call. He's going to be our leader. Of course, he speaks Lashon Hara all day long. Remember? I'm just reading Chumash, right? And therefore, Leah's kids. You know the worst thing is, after Rachel dies, who does Yaakov take as his wife? Bilhah, right? Boy, is Reuven angry. You understand? What do you mean? What's going on here? Leah is the matriarch. What are you doing? And boy, Yaakov angry. You understand? But why is he taking Bilhah? Because he cares about Rachel. You follow? Now he'll pay their college. You follow? Yeah, there's children. Not going to abandon them. He's not going to send them off, to die somewhere. You follow? But who's chosen? Rachel. That's Yaakov. Leah's kids are sure that they're chosen, but they have to deal with their father. What can they do? When they have the opportunity, then this little kid starts dreaming that he's the only one. Got it? Or he's chosen? No way. You follow? We have to. The Shem Shemayim. What do we have to do? You got to get rid of him. We don't want to kill him. We want him dead. If they don't want to kill him, but they want him gone. For the sake of Klal Yisrael, we got to get rid of him, right? Yeah. They're slippery. You know how dangerous it is that they become part of Am Yisrael? Who knows what might happen? Yeah, it's called Sinat Chinam, right? And there's always good reasons for Sinat Chinam. You understand what I mean? Yeah. There's always good reasons for baseless hatred. There's always reasons to hate. There's no reason for the hatred. There's reasons for hate. You understand? You understand what Chazal was saying? There's always reasons to hate. There's no reason for the hatred. That's what they do. Now, that's about my speech. Now, what do we have to do? We have to get the four matriarchs. You understand what's happening in Sefer Bereshit? Now what's going to happen? Okay, let me give you a sheet. Now, here's the fun one. Okay, I'll give this out. I couldn't give it. Had I given this out earlier, you would have been listening to me. Okay, give me one back. Yeah, pass these around. You guys have a color printer, so it's nice. Yeah, pass these back that way. Save you one. One. Okay, we're good. Everything we just did now. Okay. This is the review sheet. How are we doing time-wise? Okay. Yeah?
There's 11 brothers feel that they can be written out. We just could have one.
Yeah. While the page is going around.
Over here.
Yeah, Yosef has a dream. Remember? Yeah. Now, in Yosef's dream, remember everyone's bowing down to him? Here's my question. What's Yosef dreaming? Is he dreaming? Let's go back to the beach, right? Is Yosef dreaming Bechira? Right? Is he dreaming Bechorah? Or is he dreaming Bracha? You follow? What's his dream about? That he's going to be a rich man? Remember, we'll see in a minute. Is he dreaming I'm the leader of the family? Or is he dreaming I'm the only one? Now, what do the brothers think he's dreaming? That he's the only one. No, that's no bad. It's a dream, you follow? He's dangerous now, you follow? We got to uproot him. We got to get rid of him. Okay, now, so look at the page I gave you. Everyone understand now? On the left, what do we all know? Now, let me explain a little algebra, okay? Little algebra. Let me explain the diagram. Right? In the diagram, I call it Chernobyl for those. Someone got it. It looks like Chernobyl. No, I mean, not Chernobyl. Whatever it's called. That's what those things. Not just anyone. Yeah, like I met the Simpsons. You know what I'm talking about, don't I? I meant to say Springfield. I'm sorry. You watch TV, don't you? I think. Yeah. The Simpsons. You know the comic. That's where he works, isn't it? Never mind. Let me explain what I mean. This is the shape to remember. Listen. There's a converging process, right? That's Bechira. Got it? We reach the critical point, and then everyone's chosen. Got it? Then we talk about Bracha. Now, how many generations does it take until the Bechira process is over? 3. Got it? And therefore, what does N represent? How many generations in the process? Got it? So we know that N equals 3. But Yitzchak thought that N equals 2. Understand what I mean? And Avram thought that N equals 1. Got it? You understand my drawings? You understand why I'm using algebra? Okay. Now, the brothers think that Yosef is dreaming N equals 4. Got it? Make sense now? Now, N, listen carefully. N has to be a finite number. Notice, N cannot equal infinity. You understand why? Why can't N equal infinity?
Still be at that point.
Because we don't be a nation. Yeah. So N has to be a finite number. What don't we know in Sefer Bereshit? What N is going to be? It should be as small as possible. But sometimes it gets, but we don't know. That's the big question. What N is going to be. So we know N equals 3. But maybe N will equal 4. Yitzchak thought N equals 2. The whole drama between Yaakov and between Yitzchak and Rivka is over, is N equal 2 or N going to be greater than 2? So God told Rivka N is 3, or N is greater than 2. But Yitzchak thinks N equals 2. That leads to the drama. Now, Yosef, now we see on the third column on the left, Yosef, what's Yosef dreaming? N equals 4, you follow? Yeah, but listen, what do Leah's kids think? That N equals 3, L. L standing for Leah, got it? Understand? And therefore there's 6 tribes. Yeah. What does Yaakov think? N equals 3R. You understand the diagram? And it's Rachel's the matriarch, and there's 2 tribes, got it? Why is that logical? You told me, one patriarch, one matriarch, right? No one ever dreamt to be formate, you follow? No one ever dreamt that. Is that true? Someone had exactly that dream, but didn't realize it.
Yes, sir.
What was Yosef's dream? Dream number 1 was prosperity, remember? We're in the field and never we're collecting wheat and everyone's bowing down to me. And that could be, you'll be rich, you'll be wealthy, and you'll be the most wealthy of the tribes, maybe the leader. The second dream was the most important one. Because what's happening in the second dream? The sun and the moon, and how many, who knows 11? No, who knows 11? Achadasar Chofayam, right? That's right. Who are the 11 stars? The brothers. How many brothers? And they're all doing what? They're bowing down to Yosef. Why? Because he's the only one? Or he's the family leader? Right? If he's the family leader and there's 11 stars, what's that mean? Don't you realize what God is telling Yosef in the dream? Because no one gets it. God's telling Yosef, remember they're fighting, aren't they? B'nai Bilham, B'nai Zapan, they're fighting over who's chosen, who's on whose team and stuff like that. That's Jewish history, isn't it? I mean, it shouldn't be. But that's human nature. And what was God telling Yosef in this dream? Relax, you're all chosen. You follow? Like you said, there's 6 men. No one dreamt, you follow, that Bilhah and Zilpah's kids are chosen as well. Who ever dreamt of such a thing? You follow? It's not on the radar. They're just arguing, is it going to be Leah? You follow? They're arguing, who's the matriarch of Yaakov? And there's no reason to argue. Why? We can accept everybody. Don't tell me that doesn't carry a message. If you want to be pluralistic. Because listen, if we're going to be a model nation, because like figuratively speaking, there's 70 nations, and everyone has a different flag and different ideas, that's the nature of civilization, isn't it? Now, we want all nations not to be one nation. It's healthy that there's many nations, like an orchestra, but they should have something in common, some common goal, some United Nation idea, which I stole from Isaiah. Got the idea? To be the model nation, we have to be that one nation representing God, but within our nation, we have to be a model of pluralism. Right? It's healthy there's 12 tribes. It's good there's Haredim and modern Orthodox and open, and you follow? Yeah. Not one's wrong and one's right. There's like in an orchestra, there's not one good instrument. I'll talk about elections for a minute, okay? It's healthy there's Democrats and Republicans. And there's liberals and conservatives. That's what makes a strong society, because there's logic. Remember what they say? If you're 18 and not a liberal, you have no heart. If you're 40 and not a conservative, you got no brain. I'm sure you heard that before. Right? And mom is true. But you need teenagers, you need college kids protesting and complaining. It's good, because usually they're complaining. Their solutions are wrong, but their complaints are good. But they need that, because that keeps the older people on their feet. You follow? That's how revolutions begin, for good or for bad. But you need the tension. That's how you grow. And that's how society grows, because it's healthy to hear different opinions. Now, in America, I remember, is that when you win, right? When you win, so one party wins, but in democracy you win, but once you win, you're the president of everybody. You follow? No, democracy is a value. Right? In Israel, it's a tool. Not like from my own country. You follow? You know what I mean? It's a tool. Or when it's misunderstood, then whoever wins, then they force their opinion on everybody else. That's not democracy. Democracy says, I'm going to favor one side, but I always take into consideration the other side. Do I have it right, I think? From what I remember? It's a beautiful system when it works. What? Yeah. When it works. When it's understood.
You said Yosef dreamt for what? Where does he dream?
No, when he has 11 stars, what? Who are the 11 stars? It's all the brothers, and everyone shows it, and he's a Bechor. He's a Bechor.
But you said for...
De facto, there's got to be more, everyone's chosen. Not only 2 matriarchs, also Bilhah and Zilpah's kids. Everybody. That's why no one thought of that.
That's why they four matriarchs.
Yeah, that's right. De facto, that's to be four matriarchs. And God wanted that to happen, don't you think? How did God let Lavan get away with it? You follow? I think that's the message behind the story. Could be the message behind the story, that God wanted there to be 12 tribes and different men. Because, listen, if it's all about pedigree, God needs to choose a nation, which is important. But don't let being chosen get to your head. You follow? I need to know that even half-bloods, you follow? Once you're in, even Bill and Zippus can be part of the nation. And not everyone has to be a leader. And you can share leadership, you know that? Yosef, you knew it. Whose idea was it to split the kingdom? That was God's idea. Right? God told him, share your leadership. Yehuda, you're in charge of the temple. Ephraim, you're in charge of the economy. Remember what God told, remember the Midrash, God told Yerovam, you, me, and David Amelech, you, me, and David, we're going to be in Gan Eden. We can walk in Gan Eden. We can make a great coalition. And what did Yerovam ask? Who's the leader? Remember, who's the chairman of the board? And God told him, David. And what did Yerovam say? I don't want part of that. I want to start my own shul. Yeah. In other words, they were supposed to have the same temple. God was telling them, Shlomo, there was too much power in Yehuda. Shlomo did everything. Remember? There was too much. God said split it a little bit. Got it? Because too much. You can't have. You need, like in America, you need division of power. So God's saying you have to share your power. You need Yehuda and Yosef, and you have to learn how to work together. Finally, it brought the family together, didn't it? That's Parsha Vayigash. I think that's the message behind it. So I'm just using the algebra. Now, when did Yosef finally figure it out? When did Yosef figure out the dream? Not right away. No, but I should have told you. Who's the son of the moon? That's what confused everybody. That can't be, remember? That's what Yosef. If you know your astronomy and you know your history, who's the main god in Egypt? What calendar did they use in Egypt? So a solar calendar. Right? The solar calendar begins in Egypt because they have a sun and they have the sun is their god. Remember Ra. Okay. And they're god. And the sun is a symbol of Egypt. Right? What calendar is in Mesopotamia to this day? Lunar, remember? Ramadan it's every 12 months. And that's it. They don't add months. Right? And their god, there's all the moon gods, they're lunatics. That's where the word comes from, isn't it? They go by the moon, don't they? Yeah. Now, when Yosef became a big shot and had all that grain, who came? Who did he supply food to? Who bowed down to him?
His brother.
All of Egypt and all Mesopotamia came down to collect food, right? Who bowed down to Yosef? The sun and the moon. And that's what he got. But Yosef first had to go to college, and he got his first degree with the butler and baker. Remember in divination? He started getting into solving dreams. Okay, he's getting into it. Hey, worked the first one. Then, he solved Paro's dream. Whoa, he got his master's. Now he's got, it's so classic. First, before you can interpret your dreams, you have to understand other people's dreams. Follow? And then finally, oh my gosh, then he understands his dream. When did he happen? When did he get it? When the brother, first he thought that was just a dream, he thought he was cut off from the family. What do you call him? His oldest son. Menachem means, I was abandoned. He was sure it was just a dream. And there was nothing, it was just a dream, that's all. And it was a bad dream, it was a wrong dream, and got him into a mess. No more dreaming. Then I realized, oh my gosh, God was talking to me. And what's my job? I wasn't the only one. I'm supposed to be the leader. And we're all chosen, I gotta bring the family back together again. And that becomes his job. That's why he says, his whole goal now is to reunite the family and make them one and make them work with it. And he has to put them, he didn't say ready on Yosef because they would never talk to him. They have to redeem themselves. He's got to put them through this, they have to put them in a situation where they can either sell Binyamin, give away Binyamin and go back home, or give up their lives and let Binyamin go back home. You follow? Now, they've undone, they fixed, they're in a similar situation, and then they make the right decision. And then they can look at themselves in the mirror. He gets them, they redeem themselves. He helps them. That's what you understand? That's the story of Yosef and his brothers. But Judah takes leadership. Yosef takes leadership. He says, let's look forward, not backward. Look at over everything and look at the good side of things. So that's the thing. Now, where did we go? That wasn't the title of the share, was it? The title was Yitzchak's blood. Yeah.
I have two questions.
Yeah.
One,
Wasn't some of those brothers born after Joseph was sold into slavery?
No, they're all born beforehand.
They were all born
Beforehand, yeah.
And the other thing is birthright as we see it, going to the firstborn, is that kind of a
Is it a commodity?
universal
That was your
Christian
Listen,
theology?
who decides Bechira? God. Who decides Bracha? The Father. Who decides Bechora? Who decides leadership? Is it God? Is it the parents? Or is it the team? Yeah, you have to earn it, don't you? It doesn't come. It doesn't come. It's so true. Remember, God calls us His firstborn nation. We weren't born first, but we have to earn it. You understand? Bechorah is responsibility. It's not a commodity. It's something you have to earn. You can't sell it. You have to be it. And that's the first story. You follow? The first story is, why does Yaakov want the Bechorah? He doesn't want the double point. He doesn't want the financial side of it. He knows his brother, his Esav shouldn't be leading the family. Right? Sometimes it's good to take leadership from the person who shouldn't be leading. Got it? Maybe he did it the wrong way, but he means well. And Esav couldn't care less about leadership, remember? He's not, if he doesn't get that bowl of soup, he's not going to die. That's not what it means. He says, if I don't get a bowl of soup, because who cares about, he doesn't care about leadership. To him, he'd sell it for a bowl of soup. You follow? In other words, he's willing to give up his birthright for a bowl of soup, means he doesn't care about his birthright. And Yaakov does. That's the story. It's not just a slide. It's not the guy's dying, pikuach nefesh. It's about the dying. He's taking advantage of someone about to die. No, it's just Yaakov is trying to take leadership to him because he should be the leader. He thinks he should be. He's got to learn how to.
And Esau cares about it when
When he wants to, when you don't turn to your children, how come he got it? He got a bigger piece. Don't you remember that's children? Doesn't mean now all of a sudden, when you're crying to your father, it's not fair. You know? So you get it. But I don't think he didn't care about it back then. No. Let's go to the first source sheet now, and I'll go back to the title. Flip the page over. To where it says seed. Which is hiding the main thing. Okay. What blessing did Yitzchak give? What blessing did Yitzchak give his children? What blessing did Yitzchak? My assumption was Yitzchak thought that Esav was going to be the leader. Got it? Let's look at the blessing that Yitzchak gave Yaakov, thinking he's Esav, of leadership. Okay? He doesn't say you're the only one. What's he saying? God should give you prosperity. You should be a rich man. Because to represent God, you have to be established. You should be wealthy. Other nations should bow down to you. You should be respected by other nations. That's externally. Got it? In the eyes of other nations, you're the leader of a nation that other people look up to. Okay? Within the family, you're the leader. And your siblings will bow down to you. Those who curse you should be cursed, and those who bless you should be blessed. In other words, you should bring blessing to the family. Got it? What's he assuming? They're both chosen. And he was planning to give Esav the leadership of the family and the leadership of the nation. Got it? Now, it doesn't happen, does it? But that's exactly Yosef's dream. Isn't that Yosef's dream? His first dream is prosperity, isn't it? The second dream is the Shemesh, the sun and the moon, bowing down to you. That's the other nations bowing down to you. And within the family, you're the leader. That's the 11 stars. The 11 stars bowing down to Yosef is going to be what? Yosef's only a star. He's not the sun and the moon. Okay? He's a star, but the other stars means you'll be a leader to your brothers. The sun and the moon bowing down to him is Yabdu Chamim. Got it? You understand what I'm getting at? Yitzchak, now, Ibn Ezra says something beautiful here. I'll just translate the Hebrew quickly. Okay? Ibn Ezra says the blessings have a lot of questions. Okay, what's going on? Okay? Is it a blessing? Is it prophecy? Does it have to come true? Is it Yitzchak's idea? Whose idea is it? And he says, and people gave answers, he says, and he would go. That God told Yaakov, pick this one. He said, that can't be. It was God's idea. He says, that can't be. He basically gives all these answers. He says they're no good. Okay? He says they're all wrong. Okay? Now we're having big letters. Okay? Menachem beinai, got it? Shebrechat hanavi ke'ein tfilahi. It's a prayer, right? That the goal of the nation will be fulfilled through these children. Vashem shumat tfilato. Kikar zot habracha al zaram. It says, This wasn't a blessing specifically to Esav over Yaakov. It's a blessing to the Jewish people, right? Yaakov is saying, Yitzchak is telling his children, he says, he wants Esav to be the leader of the family, but he's talking about what's the goal of the Jewish people. We should be prosperous, we should be respected, we should take leadership. Other nations should bow down, not out of fear, but out of respect. We should be a mentor to those nations. We should be being blessing by being that model nation. And within the family, we need leadership.
Are you suggesting that the matriarchs, the four matriarchs, might have had a greater sense of that than the patriarchs?
Probably.
Yeah, I was thinking
That's well, God told her that, but that's why God told them, because they understand. They understand that children have to. Because men seem to always say it's got to be me, and mothers understand that their kids have to share.
You intended that in your communication to us.
Yeah, I was alluding to that. Yeah. Now, flip the page over. David HaMelech. Remember the book of Tehillim? David HaMelech has a vision, right, for his son Shlomo, who's now the leader of the country, right? What's his hope? He wants Shlomo to be a king, right? Who's famous. Remember, he's known for his wisdom and everything. See, on source 8. Because God should give kingdom to Shlomo. He should judge his people with justice and righteousness, tzedek and mishpat. This whole big theme. Okay? Look in verse 4. He should judge the poor people, help the poor, and help the needy. Then verse 10. What's the hope? Machet Tarshish v'im mincha yashivu. Kings from far away, Tarsus, like the big port city, should bring him presents. Okay? The queen or the king of Sheba in Ethiopia should bring him also presents. You follow? Listen, Yudalef. V'ishtachavu lo kol melachim kol goyim yavduhu. Isn't that Yitzchak's blessing? Right? What's so? Now that you're king, other nations should respect you. But why should they respect you? We should be respected because how we run our country. We're a country with social justice. A country that uses its prosperity for the betterment of society, for the betterment of mankind. Right? We use our high tech to help solve famine. Right? You can take your blessing, your wisdom and prosperity and use it for the betterment of mankind. Okay? And we should be doing that and be respected by the nations, not because they fear us, but because they respect us. Just like Abimelech respects Abram at the end of the day. That the idea? And that's David HaMelech's hope for Shlomo, or for the kingdom of Israel. And that's simply what? That was Yitzchak's tefillah. Got it? That's the goal. And Yitzchak was hoping Yaakov and Esau would do it. It takes a long time to get there. But at least Yitzchak is setting, you follow what Menachem was saying? Yitzchak's not blessing this kid over another kid. He's giving a tefillah that the goal of Avram being chosen and the nation starting should be fulfilled. And that's from Bereshit Yud-Chet, where God told Avram, see on source B? God told Avram before Stone, Avram to be a great nation because I came to know him, so he would command his children, they their children, follow the ways of God, doing justice and righteousness. So Yitzchak understood that, you follow? And that's what Shlomo's talking about. Because Yitzchak is the son who's going to do justice and righteousness. And Yitzchak understands what's the long-term goal of the people. He's hoping his children will fulfill it. Now, they're not mature enough yet for it. The process gets complicated. But at least now we have a vision. That's the nature of the vision. Now, and then when does it happen? It was Tehillim 72 takes place with who? It's fulfilled when the Queen of Sheba comes to visit. You understand? She's amazed by his wisdom and everything. She comes on a visit. She's amazed by what she sees. And what she sees at the end? She sees the nation doing mishpat and tzedakah. Got that? In other words, the goal of God talking to Avraham Avinu when he's chosen, in the story of Stone, when he talks to him about why you're chosen, which is translated by David in Psalm 72, of how to translate that on an international level. That's the purpose of our chosenness. And is envisioned by Yitzchak, right? Finally happens with the visit of the Queen of Sheba, which is the highlight of Jewish history. Because we finally got it good. And then we messed up. What happened? Then we messed up because we didn't learn how to share again. Too much power. But remember, then Shlomo the power gets to their head. And God wants them, okay, share your power. And they don't want to share. And we go through that whole, and we repeat our history. So that's the thing. And then for Yosef's dream, it's going to be Yosef's dream is going to be, it's finally understand, so Yosef's dream basically was a application of Yitzchak's blessing But it took Yosef a long time till he figured it out. It took the brothers a long time, you follow? But that's the end of Sefer Bereshit where everything comes together again. And God wanted there to be 12 tribes, you follow? He wanted 4 matriarchs. He wanted the half-bloods also. He wanted Bilhah and Zilpah's kids. But no one dreamt that, but it's important because when you're chosen, you're not chosen because you're great, you're chosen to be great. And it's important to know that you can have different ideas, different visions, different strengths, different weaknesses, but it's not about that the leader is for the sake of the people, not to be the leader. If you're running for president, you're doing it for the sake of the nation, not for the sake of yourself. Not to make a name for yourself, but to make a name for God. And there's value in leader has to see the strength in other people and be a team leader, like on a basketball team. The leader has to know not to take all the shots, remember, but he has to lead the team. And basketball, okay? And I think that's one of the underlying messages of being 12 tribes. Rabbi Mital, Rosh Yeshiva, we say that all the time because nowadays we have 12 tribes. Not the same 12 tribes, but the concept of 12 tribes we have in our different groups. And therefore we have to learn that people can have different outlooks about how to be Jewish. People can say, there should be people learning and people, that's fine. It's called the Haredi approach, the ultra-Orthodox approach. It's good there's people like that. It's healthy. And there's good there's people who believe in that Yeshiva Bachrim should do the army. You follow? It's good that there's Jews who are crazy right-wing, and it's good that there's crazy left-wing Jews. You follow? But they have to learn to appreciate one another and not fight with. You can disagree respectfully and say, I think we should do this way, but you can at least appreciate you also have a point, and we can learn to work together and share strengths instead of if you're right, then I have to be wrong. I can't be wrong, so you're wrong. You follow? You know how it goes with the Jewish people. Yes. So I think that's one of the messages that comes through Sefer Bereshit. That's what I want to share with you. Now, do we fit the time? Good. That's and then the sources are there. I just have his dreams and Yosef's interpretation. What's Yosef say? God was behind all this. Remember? This was God's idea. Look at the good side of it. Let's work together. Look forward, not backward. All the famous lines of unity. All ready? Okay, any questions real quick? Because we have to leave in 1 minute. Okay, thank you very much. And,
Apologies about the Chumash. He didn't think he was going to use it. And now we got to put them all back.
okay. I'm sorry, I have to go.